We're back from our break. That means another shot. I'm sticking with S1 because I got a
Oh,
lot
I'm
of
going.
this.
I'm going premium on this one. Guess what I'm drinking?
What, rum fire?
No, same makers though.
Okay,
Hamden Estates.
nice. All right.
It's actually my favorite rum. Um, my favorite non-overproof.
Non-overproof. You take shots
Yeah,
of
no,
tequila.
rum fire is like the shit.
All right, cheers.
Crack of this can. Cheers.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cheers. All right, so the topic, what do you want to talk about?
You know, you know what's funny? Death and Co. Employees only. Clover Club. A lot of these highly respected bars, right?
Yeah.
They will never refuse a customer if they ordered a Long Island iced tea. But these other bars, these no-name bars, would refuse to even make them, and sometimes make a person feel bad about ordering a Long Island iced tea.
Okay, first I want to interject
You know what I mean?
there. Yes, I want to interject. I think that rule is, the rule of not making Long Island iced teas is very stupid. Because you're basically
It's stupid as hell.
no, because you're not pouring any more liquor than a gin Collins. That's what it is. It's a gin Collins. It's 2 ounces of spirit, maybe like an additional liqueur, but you're not pouring any more liquor than a general gin Collins. So why do people like? Oh, no, because people get drunk faster. I was like, no, it's the same amount of
No.
ethanol.
Well, I get the stigma behind the Long Island iced tea, where it's like, oh, these customers are young and they're stupid or whatever, and they're trashy, or they're not gonna tip, or is just a trashy drink. You know what I mean? But a lot of people who like work at these places, like, well, what the fuck have you contributed to that cocktail menu? If it's a craft bar that refuses to serve Long Island iced teas, like, my problem with that thing is the whole, like, first of all, someone orders a Long Island iced tea, you definitely have the ingredients for it.
Exactly.
Why would you not make it? Someone ordered it, and like,
It's easy to
that's the
make.
drink that
It's not. It doesn't take
yeah,
a long time to make. Why? Why would you do this?
yeah,
Someone wants to give you money, and they're not asking for too much. It's a drink that you have.
yeah.
You're capable of making. It's right there in your speed well. It's a gin Collins. It might take a half a second longer because you have to have three or four more bottles where you just go like this. But it's the same. It's a gin Collins. Why?
If you have a drink, if a drink gets ordered and you have the ingredients for it, you should make it. First of all, you're not drinking it. You're not the one drinking it. If you don't like the cocktail, then
That's not your
too
choice.
bad.
If you want your steak extra well done, guess what? It's gonna get. You're not eating it. The kitchen might
Yeah.
cringe. The back of the house, they might cringe when they see the ticket. But guess what? These guys are paying your bills. Like you're
and
not.
then they complain and then they complain if they get a bad Yelp review because they're like, you shouldn't get that drink, or they criticize the customer for it.
You should never criticize. You're a bartender.
No.
Your job isn't. So here's the thing about being a bartender. Your job isn't
It's
to
a
make
blue
drinks.
collar job and nobody wants to admit it. It's a blue collar job.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, how many people do you think? How hard is it to make a rum and coke at home? A vodka cranberry, gin and
Yeah.
soda, gin and tonic. No, they go to your bar or any bar for the experience. Like, why would you demean them? They could totally, if they wanted a Smirnoff.
That's the thing that John Pafford said. Bars are an experience, and he's absolutely correct. Like, when people say you go to a bar to get drunk, it's like, no, you can stay at home and get drunk. It's like you go to a bar because you feel comfortable being around there. You like the atmosphere, you like the people there. All of it is an experience, and it's like, well, I want to enjoy my time in this bar, whatever it is, sketchy dive bar, classy cocktail bar, whatever. I want to drink a Long Island iced tea. You're denying, like, you by saying no because it's a trashy drink, you're denying that experience there. It's like, what if they actually like that cocktail? What if they don't want to drink the aviation that you have on the menu because they don't like Luxardo Maraschino?
Yeah, or even worse,
like,
what if they liked your margarita and they happen to like Long Island iced teas and they want to see your version of it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like margarita. Like, this margarita is amazing. I want to see how you guys. What's your take on this? And what are you gonna do? You're gonna like, oh, we don't make that here. You're like, why would you? Why would you do that? It's like you just ruined someone's birthday party. You just ruined someone's night out, and
someone having a horrible night. You just made their night even worse.
Exactly. What if your long?
It's insane.
I would even go further to say that if your bar is a craft bar and you made that Long Island iced tea with fresh lemon juice,
oh, preach.
Wouldn't you do that? And they get blown away by your Long Island, even though it's a trashy drink. Like, it's only trashy because of society. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that drink, but if you made it the way that you would make a Negroni, and you blow their minds, they'll be like,
Ellen, guess what?
What?
You just made a regular, and they're gonna give you even more money.
Exactly, because you just made this trashy drink in this higher level. It's kind of like, I watch a lot of
doesn't even in a higher level. It's just kind of like, like, I don't know. There was this one thing where the guy was like, yeah, my bar just, there's this guy that's like, he posted, he's just like, oh, my bar just refuses to, we just have that thing, we're not going to serve the Long Island iced tea. I'm like, first of all, you're not being edgy by doing that. You're alienating like an X% of our clientele.
Yes.
And like, dude, you're like, this is why you're not that fucking known, dude. Like, dude, Death & Co. Death & Company. Yes. They got one in Denver, here in New York. In New York, it's almost like impossible to get into unless you know someone. And they got one in LA. Now they're selling nail polish because I don't know why.
What?
It's like, dude, they're one of the best bars in the world, and they will never refuse a Long Island iced tea order.
No,
but then you got these bars and bartenders who are like, no, I'm not gonna serve you that because that shit's trashy. I was like, okay, well, who the fuck are you? You know what's funny, Alan? You know what's funny, Alan? A lot of these bartenders too, they'd rather make a tiki drink and not make a Long Island iced tea. It's like, tiki drinks have more ingredients than a Long Island iced tea.
Yeah. Also more exquisite. No,
and it takes way more work.
Also the garnishes.
A million fucking garnishes in a tiki drink. You've seen my shit. Like,
yeah.
It's like, what? So to add to the whole thing where it's like bartenders or bars refuse to make certain drinks. And these customers, they're not stupid. They know they have the ingredients.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because guess what? You and me, we're craft bartenders, but when we get out of work, we get a cheap shot and a cheap beer. Like, can you imagine if you turn down a bartender who's having a birthday party and all they want is a Midori sour? And that person might have the experience working in a Michelin Star restaurant or one of the top bars, but they just, for some reason, they just want
some reason.
majority.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't know who they are. Like,
It's like, oh, he's a trash person. It's like, you know what? Like, you should check his credit card and Google him, and there might be articles written about him. It's like some people just kind of like that shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, even the best chefs.
It's probably the number one person you should be talking to and like be fucking buddies with, because they'll further your career.
Yeah, it's kind of like us. Like, when we go home, we drink the trashiest stuff ever because we don't want to think about work. So when you have that person coming in for the Long Island, they're coming in for the Midori Sour, they're coming in for the Coffee Crown, that person might be working at a place that's way better than where you're working. They might be like